Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. He's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Carson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Julian Blackman bringing him down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Powell. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off-play action. Powell. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Another example right there of why quarterbacks get nervous when Yannick Ngakoue is getting ready to rush them. 37.5 sacks in 4 seasons at Jacksonville. But last year, he split time between Minnesota and Baltimore and put together 8 sacks. Then he signed with the Raiders back in March.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
On third down, here's Taylor. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. And didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it. Because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now a handoff looking right. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun on third down. Powell. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they try the right side here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Chris Carson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Ryan. And he whips that one incomplete there. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play action. It's Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 16, Ryan. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll run here with Taylor. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Powell. And that'll be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Powell. There's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. Now here's a throw that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The give to Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL. And by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Play action, Ryan. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news? And off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full out of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Hands it off out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Howell. Flush to his right. Open Marvis Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL started. Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Carson. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On 4th down, Howell. Flushed out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case, with his legs, he showed the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
Well, this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Howell. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He spins free. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. Second and 9.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe
Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Touchdown! Michael Pittman, 37 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change their thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Howell. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off play action. Powell. going up top. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Howell. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Dancing to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. On the return is Hines. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Bust through the tackle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is. And then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
2nd down and 7. They'll go option to the short side. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 38, Ryan. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Colts use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howell. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grover Stewart. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Off the play fake. Howell. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to start one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal is end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Shifts by him, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6.
Here's Ryan. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some room to run now. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Indianapolis, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.